Good afternoon. We are here today to show you what many of our special educators, certificated and non-certificated staff are experiencing right now due to lack of appropriate staffing. As you deliberate on any decisions, please keep your employees' plight in mind. Not only are we understaffed, we are bleeding staff because they are getting injured on a daily basis. Obviously, this is not good for staff and it's not good for students. So, we always hear that when we bring you problems, we should bring you at least 3 solutions, right? So as I go through this PowerPoint, each slide has these 3, obviously short-term solutions, and I want to go through them a little bit with you. We are going to be talking about our special ed programs, especially our regional and our ALS. That's where most of these pictures come from. And last year, we didn't have enough staff. So some of the programs were able to do half-day virtual and half-day face-to-face. So when we all came back, some of the programs were so understaffed that they could not run, and that's what they chose to do. Some principals have asked for that ability this year, and they've been told that we wouldn't be in compliance. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later. So one short-term solution, because obviously we actually just need more staff, right, is that we have half-day face-to-face and half-day virtual in some of these programs. Another short-term solution would be that we could schedule every Wednesday off like they do at the pre-K, in some of the pre-K programs. Let me go back to the half-day. As you know, our students haven't been in school for a very long time, right? And so not only are we short-staffed, but when some of these students come back, they're not used to the structure. I know as a parent, when I was getting my child, used to and ready for the structure of school, we started with 2 days. Then we went to 3 days. Then we went to 4 days. So doing half and half would kind of give that flexibility so they could get used to it. Same thing with having Wednesdays off. It doesn't solve the problem, but it could mitigate it a little bit. The other thing that we've talked about is making some programs fully virtual in order to reallocate the staffing for face-to-face in person. I don't know how you would choose which programs you would do that. I know that we have had programs in our school system that have had to go virtual because of the staffing shortage. So I'm going to go through and show you what I have seen over the past 3 weeks. Oops. I am hitting the page down and it's not working. Oh, there we go. You might have to do it for me. Which one? What? I am doing that. I can't hear you. Oh, there we go. Thank you. You're not going to see all of the injuries in these pictures because I didn't want to put faces on here. So some of our staff injuries that are actually on their faces, I could not include. And I obviously could not include the injuries to the other students and peers themselves. I just want to end with this slide because so many of our staff are out now because of assault leave or workman's comp. And it's making the problem worse for the staff that are left. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it through this, and so I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Schmidt.
This is not just a situation at one school. Many of our schools are facing the same issues. Although this is not new, the situation is exacerbated because students have been out of the building for more than a year, and we have so many unfilled positions. Also, please remember and recall, we had 4 special educators testify in the fall of 2019. Since then, we've lost 2 of them, one to another system, and another has left the field of education, period. They even testified to the staffing issues prior to the pandemic. Just at my school, we've had students elope or attempt to off of school grounds, and in the past, police have been needed to assist. Students engage in dangerous behaviors like jumping onto furniture, throwing furniture, disrobing, biting, kicking, pinching staff and peers. When I used to be safety care trained, I was called weekly to assist because other special ed staff members were at full capacity. Recently, in one classroom between 2 students, there were over 100 incidents recorded of attempted eloping, kicking, biting, scratching, etc. This is simply not safe for anyone. As an association, as educators, as parents, we are not in support of restraint and seclusion. They are bad solutions for students and educators. We are even part of the work group looking at seclusion and how to change our practices around it. We have educators that don't want to be safety care trained, not because they're afraid and don't want to help, but they don't want to be put in the situation of having to restrain a child. However, there are so many other hard truths we must swallow. We are so lacking in staffing to maintain safe classrooms that to take away any strategy right now without any fleshed out plan of additional staffing and other supports will make classrooms even less safe. Many of our buildings are not outfitted properly for the safety and accessibility of all students. Our budget does not reflect the money that needs to be directed toward special education each year. We are not staffed or trained properly for the continued influx of students with high needs. Many staff that guide these students on a daily basis are not provided with enough training to handle what they're expected to accomplish. While we are grateful for DSE trying to patchwork coverage together, it creates just another layer of instability for children, and there aren't enough staff in the special ed office as central office to assist with these issues that are happening in our buildings every day. Since we don't see a line of applicants waiting to get into special education, we need to look at and solve the problems in other ways. We know you don't want staff injured, but it's happening and we can't turn a blind eye. We know you want to help. What we need from you is to choose to help even if the solution doesn't fit into a preconceived agenda. Push the boundaries. We chose to stay inside the seat hours for high schools when creating half days, and we agree with that decision. But Baltimore County was out of compliance for at least a decade on seat hours, and nothing happened to them. We were out of compliance with related arts offerings at the middle school level for years. Nothing happened. Baltimore City is still out of compliance with them. Some people say that our solutions won't work because we will be out of compliance. Well, soon we're going to be out of staff. Then what are we going to do? We would love for you to speak directly to the educators that are in this unsustainable environment. They need to know you see them and hear their pleas and cries for help.
So, Mr. Schmidt, do you have
Yes.
anything else? Do you have anything else? Otherwise, board members raise your hand if you have any questions. And Mr. Cotroneo?